All right, hold up, man. Hold up. You know, we're going to start it off. We're going to get the dog news rolling. You know what I'm saying? But this the deal, man. This the deal. My folk Achilles Deline, I think I'm pronouncing that right. Achilles Deline. They want to know about, you know, some things about the Malinois and why I got into it. So I'm going to mix all that stuff in it. We're going to talk that dog news. I give y'all that Pitbull news 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Rock with me tonight, you know what I'm saying? Rock with me tonight or whenever you watch this video, you know what I'm saying? I'm just showing you, man, you know. I ain't just start doing these videos this year or last year, you know. You got to put work in with these dogs, you know what I'm saying? You got to put work in with them. But just rock with me, ride with me. Let's talk these stories, you know what I'm saying? These dog stories. And, if anybody outside of, like, any breed, if you want to get up in and, you know, talk about your breed of dog, you know, that's all good. I'm with that. You know, it don't got to just be a Pitbull or, you know, a Malinois or, them, you know, certain kind of dog. It can be any kind of dog. You can be rocking Frenchies. You want to get up and talk about your Frenchies, you know what I'm saying? I'll make up questions to ask you, you know what I'm saying? Just give me a couple days, give me a date. You know what I'm saying? I'll set up the questions to ask you, you know? So, any breed of dog, man, any breed of dog. But like I say, man, tonight, I'm rocking with my Jacksonville folk. I'm rocking with all my folk across the world, you know what I'm saying? But I got my Jacksonville folk in the house tonight, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Magnolia Kennel. Shout out to my boy Vanguard Kennel. Shout out to Ulysses AD. We dropping the tracks tonight, you know what I'm saying? My folk around this way, I got folk around this way, they tell me I need to start back DJing and all kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I really want to get into it, you know what I'm saying? But I really ain't feeling it like that at the same time. But the more and more I deal with it, you know, the more and more I get back into it. You know what I'm saying? I left that music stuff alone, you know, many years ago, you know, to start doing other things. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I do love music. And I do, you know, love the DJ, you know. But one thing I got, like I tell my brother, you know, I got a ear for music, you know, when it comes to breaking records. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point of being a DJ, to break records. You know what I'm saying? Get the records that nobody heard yet and make them hits. Play them at the right time, or learning to distinguish between what songs is hits and what songs ain't hits. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, shout out to all my Jacksonville folk. Shout out to Ride Millionaire, you know, dropping the track. You know what I'm saying? Y'all show some love. Y'all show some support. Shout out to all my bulldoggers from across the world, from the east to the west to the north to the south, and all the people in Africa, Europe, Asia, all my folk in South Africa. For sure, y'all be rocking with me hard, man. You know what I'm saying? All my folk in Australia, my folk in New Zealand, y'all be rocking with me, man. Ride Millionaire, we cross the world tonight, man. We cross the world tonight. I'm over here in South Carolina, you know what I'm saying? But all my bulldoggers, we in different parts of the world, and they rocking with me tonight. Let's go. Let's get into it.
To hear folks chatter, and I know you cheat.
Oh, that shit look tough, man.
Right or wrong, don't matter when you're with me.
Kill confirmed.
Don't push me, nigga, cause I am not a killer. You think cause I'm a female, I won't sit in the gorillas. You gon' say it's Halloween. Michael Jackson Thriller. You don't think it's Halloween, nigga. Michael Jackson Thriller. When you know you really soft, nigga, soft like a pillow. I'm on some real shit now, it's all about the money. Rob millionaire, and I'm all about my money. I made songs for my bitches who be all about the money. Catch flies with shit.
boy. You better get your ass up, boy. You better get up, boy. Y'all see this on camera all shit. Y'all see it? Up, here. Up, here. What? Kill your ass, boy. Right, I'll stay. When you keep fucking with that dog, I got you on camera. Keep fucking with that dog.
Yo, that dog dropped me. Nigga, my ass was hurting. You know what I'm saying? And when he dropped me, boy, I really thought nigga was a real ass nigga. Boy, I had to get back up, boy. Look here. Come here. Hold up, nigga. Come here. Hold up. You did me something. But listen, I'll tell you something, boy. That's a big dog. I ain't got bullshit. That bitch dropped me on my ass, dog. My ass is hurting right now. And I'm not even bullshit with you.
Now, let's get into that dog news. Now, Achilles Dealing, I'm thinking I'm pronouncing it right, asked me why, what made me start focusing more on the Belgian Malinois. Now, my thing is, okay, how I got started in looking at movies, looking at the dogs, doing the videos, I always liked the dog from like, I'm going to say maybe the past 15 years. Past 15, maybe 10 years. A little bit more than 10 years. I had a little liking to the dog. Just looking at the movies and different things and doing a little research on the dog and stuff like that. All right, so it was hard to find them dogs. You know what I'm saying? You can find them when they got them for sale. And maybe now that, that you search through Facebook, of course you can find them a little bit easier, But at that time, I was, and then when you find them on Facebook, it's a certain kind of dog I was looking for, rather. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I got the dog, I started training him. My whole thing was, to train him when he was young. I started training him. I like the dog. One thing I can say, the Pitbull and the Belgian Malinois are similar in intensity, but the Belgian Malinois trumped the Pitbull in intensity when it comes to anything outside of fighting. Your Belgian Malinois, they will, put up a fight and all that type of stuff too, as well. But when it comes to anything outside of fighting, the Belgian Malinois is way more intense than the Pitbull is. You know what I'm saying? The Pitbull can do anything any other dog can do as well, but the Belgian Malinois is way more intense. For anybody, that haven't dealt with them dogs, and you thinking about grabbing one, if you get one, kind of be ready to work with that dog as far as like give him some attention, because he's not they're not the type of like German Shepherd dogs, the American line German Shepherd dogs that just sit around and just, be calm. They're more, active dogs, and demand more attention at the end of the day. But, once I started dealing with the dog, I kind of fell in love with the dog, as far as the breed wise. I think it's a breed that need to be handled by people who know how to handle them dogs. I don't think a person who just gonna throw them on the chain and don't really want to deal with them should get one of them kind of dogs, because they made to work. They want to work. So while you thinking they being destructive, really they're wanting to work. That's the whole thing. They want to work. If you want to get one and put a lot of time into it, then that's gonna be the perfect dog for you. Great companions. They great companions. They don't have no trouble with kids. They love the family. It's just what I noticed with them dogs. A lot of people might get them and see that they, protection dogs, and want to, start with the protection work first. With me, I just think you should start with obedience first, before you start with the protection. That's just my opinion. Unless you wait, doing some professional stuff where you wait till the dog get over a year old, But for the most part, I think obedience first, some sort of obedience first, and then work your protection in. Because you don't want to create a dog that you can't control. That's the whole thing. And you don't want to create him to a monster. Now you're trying to learn how to control him. Unless you're a professional and you're working it the way you got to work it. You know, because some professionals don't put no obedience in them. They don't do no work to them. Don't touch them, period, till they over a year old. You know, till they over a year. Then they start doing their work however they're going to do it then. But everybody do it their own certain way. Me, myself, I'm not going to have no dog on my yard untrained, this nothing for a whole year. You know, too much stuff going on. Well, I can have this dog famous before he's 6 months old. You know what I'm saying? Why I got to wait to try to put him in some type of show or something, or this or that, when I can have him famous by the time he's 6 months old? I have him more famous than your IP3s and your IPO4s and 3s and all that. You know what I'm saying? They got a rank, but he more well known. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's a new era, man. It's a new era. One thing I know, two things for sure. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to subscribe. Hit me up on that Cash App if you want to donate to the channel. $ Pelican, capital P, Pelican, capital B, capital K, Kennel. Pelican Bay Kennel, capital B, capital P, capital B, capital K. You know what I'm saying? No S at the end. Pelican Bay Kennel, $ Pelican Bay Kennel if you want to donate to that Cash App. You know what I'm saying? Boss Ghost TV. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to get in touch with Rob Millionaire. Now, I will say, they're aggravating at times. But the thing is about them dogs, man, it's like they almost human. You know what I'm saying? How smart they is. You know what I'm saying? And how they, with your Pitbull, you could train them. You know what I'm saying? But with them dogs, it's like every time you speak, whether they train or not, they looking at you. You know what I'm saying? They looking at you to see what you're talking about. Like, they don't understand what you're talking about because they're not trained yet. But they looking at you to see what you're talking about, to see what's what, because that's what they bred to do. They bred to serve. You know what I'm saying? They bred to serve, and you see that when you get them dogs and you put time into them, you see that. You know, like I said, great companion. If you're the type of person that go camping or go hiking or something like that, great dogs for that type of stuff. You the type of person to run on the beach, take late night runs and stuff like that, great type of dog. If you need dog for protection and stuff like that, great type of dogs. But if you're looking for couch potatoes or you're looking for dogs to just stay in the house, you can stay in an apartment. But if you stay in an apartment with a Belgian Malinois, you really need to be getting out a lot every day with that dog. Or you're going to end up, you know, blaming the dog for stuff that he really can't control. You know what I'm saying? He really can't control it. You got to take him out every day. Or get him to the point where you got all that stuff under control, you know. But yeah, man, I like the breed. I love the breed. I didn't know as much about the breed when I got into it that I learned about it once I start spending my money on different things. You know, I spent a whole bunch of money at first and, you know, I didn't get really what I want. And then, you know, once I start spending and doing some research, I start figuring out things, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, like I said, they're great dogs, warrior dogs, fear nothing. You got a lot of dogs that they use for protection, but they don't fear a person, but they fear certain things. Them dogs don't fear nothing, you know what I'm saying? Period. Some of them dogs, they do protection, but they won't jump off a ledge. They ain't gonna jump off a ledge after nobody. You know what I'm saying? They gonna stop. Some of them crazy dogs, them big, them like say certain band dogs or cane corsos or pressers or this and that. Great dogs for protection and all that. But they lacking in certain things. You know what I'm saying? They lacking. You know, they ain't super dogs. The Malinois and Dutch Shepherds, super dogs. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the warrior aspect of the game. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the warrior aspect. They ain't gonna run from no dog. You know what I'm saying? They gonna stand there and go toe-to-toe with any dog. They ain't gonna run from it. You know what I'm saying? They ain't bred to fight. You know? But they will protect their owner. You know, however they got to do it. If it's against a dog, if it's against a person, or whatever, them dogs just showing pure loyalty. You know what I'm saying? Not no, and see, this is the deal about them dogs. You don't got to have them trained for them dogs to protect you. You know what I'm saying? You just got to have that dog trained for him not to go out there and you done got him attacking stuff and now he go out there and bite somebody. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, that dog gonna catch on with just your everyday living, your everyday life and stuff. You know, when you tell them stuff and giving them different things, but those dogs need to be under control. I'm not gonna lie to you. They need to be under control. They're not the ones that you can spoil and they let them get their way and all kind of stuff like that, because they're gonna take control of you. You know, you gotta put your foot down. You gotta have a backbone with them dogs. Put your foot down. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get like your worst kid can get. You know what I'm saying? Like your worst child can get. They're gonna get like that, chewing up stuff. You gotta, you know, correct them, but correct them in the right ways. You know what I'm saying? Use your different training techniques as far as the e-collars, the choke collars, the, you know, treats and stuff like that. You gotta have your treats when you come to them dogs. People think they're easy to train, especially when I hear other dog trainers. They try to throw salt in the game, and you know, matter of fact, this video I'm about to show you right here. You know, since I was talking about dog trainers throwing salt. You know, when I first started training these dogs, man, you know, and y'all see me now, like, my Pitbull people, y'all see how I am. You know what I'm saying? I holler at dude, Ronnie Oliver. Great dog, man. Great dog trainer. You know what I'm saying? Real reputable dogs. But the thing was, I hollered at him, and I came on a me myself. I felt like I came on a humble, competitive, want to compete like I always do with these training dogs. But I didn't feel the humbleness coming back. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel the humbleness coming back. Maybe I came across the wrong way or something. You know, the first. But this video I'm about to show you now, you know, this video I did for him. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to him at the beginning of the video. When I snatched my shirt off, I'm talking to him. You know, I'm doing this live. No shirt. Marino on the other end down there. Marino don't got a muzzle on right now. You know what I'm saying? On this video I'm about to show you. He don't got a muzzle on. This is a live attack. When I tell him to attack, that's the thing, you know, about training your dog for obedience. When I tell him to sit, he gonna sit. When I tell him to attack, he gonna attack. It don't matter if it's me. I don't give the attack command if I'm not doing bite work. You know what I'm saying? Or unless he in front of somebody else and I'm trying to get him to attack them. You know what I'm saying? I don't say attack if he over there standing up, you know, just chilling, and I give the attack command. No, because he gonna attack me then. You know why? Because he disciplined. You know what I'm saying? He might think about it, and he might not hit me hard as he gonna hit you, but he gonna come at me. You know what I'm saying? And that's why this video I'm about to show you come into play at. No muzzle, no shirt. I had to make sure my shoes was right. I had to make sure the grass and everything was right that day, because I had to do a spin. Make sure that spin, when I do it, everything had to be right. I've been training with Marino at that point so much that I knew his movements. I knew how he was going to soar through the air. So, you know, I'm taking for, you know, hoping that I don't slip or nothing in the grass. I'm wearing the right shoes, and I'm going to do a spin, live action, no muzzle, no nothing. That's what that video was. You may can tell he don't got on a muzzle, you may can't. But, you know, I did it like that, and then once I spin off of him, I sat him down. You know what I'm saying? I sat him down because he was going to come back. So I had to sit him down. You know, and you about to see that on the video, but check it out. No nothing. Discipline your dog, man. Discipline your dog. Your dog ain't disciplined, don't come holler at me.
No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
If I find my way home, yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy? Don't you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Don't you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Don't you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Don't you still amaze me? If I find my way home, yeah. still amaze me. If I find my way home, yeah.
This is the movement for those who.
A little exercise with Marino. Hey, boost. Yes, place. Yes, middle. Flats. Place. Flats. Flats. Hot dish. Hot dish. Yes. He come back out, put him back up there. Out. Hot dish. Place. Sit pretty. Sit pretty. Yes. Sit pretty. Sit pretty. Yes. Middle. Butts. Place. Middle. Butts. Stay. Stay. Butts. Flats. Flats. Okay. As you can see, Marino's way down there. I'm about to let him go smell it. Now I tell y'all my bulldogs. I tell y'all now. Y'all rock with me? We about to talk some bulldog talk now. We about to talk some bulldog talk. See, a lot of them boys breeding that Big John stuff. But see, they gonna be mad because see, they thought they was about to capitalize on this, capitalize on that, capitalize on this. But see, now you about, like I say, you gonna get some for sure show dogs. You know what I'm saying? Confirmation, coming directly off Big John. You know what I'm saying? Directly off Big John. Good confirmation, good weight pull, good treadmill running dogs. I ain't sure how they gonna do. Matter of fact, I know they gonna be good. They should be good on the wall climbing, that type of stuff too. You know what I'm saying? Because some of them dogs coming within the low 40s, high 30s. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, in the mid 45, 45 and up. 40, at least 43 and up, you know what I'm saying? At least 43 and up. Now I'm about to answer two questions, you know? I'm about to answer two questions. One, what do I think the hardest thing about being a dog man today is? I think it is peer pressure, you know what I'm saying? Wanting to be the man, you know? Wanting to be the man with that dog, just peer pressure in general, man. Wanting to buy this dog when this dog ain't the fit for you. You know what I'm saying? You got to get the dog that's best fit for you. You know what I'm saying? Your style, your lifestyle. You know, wanting to fit in with the Joneses. You know what I'm saying? Wanting to get what's popular. What's popular, like I always say, what's popular might not be what's winning. You know, when you go out to the confirmation shows, what's popular might not be what's winning. You know what I'm saying? When you go to the weight pools, what's popular might not be what's winning. You know, but what's popular is what's gonna get you to spend that bread out your pocket. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the hardest part and being a dog man today is judging and picking the right stuff, knowing what's what. You know what I'm saying? Knowing how to decipher a bullshit dog from a dog worth keeping. You know what I'm saying? Some people screw up good dogs early and be done got rid of the wrong dog and kept the bullshit dog. You know what I'm saying? They see something they like in the dog that ain't worth nothing and screw the good dog up. You know what I'm saying? Screw the good one up. But, you know, it just worked that way. That's the way the pendulum fall, you know, in the game. But that's one of the hardest things, man. If a lot of folk had better mentors, far as, I'm gonna put it like this. If you could go back on people's yards like you could do back in the days, then it'll be a little more different because you get more mentorship from a person. You know what I'm saying? Now it's just sell, buy, get the hell on. You know what I'm saying? Sell, buy, get the hell on. You know, you talk a little bit, whatever, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Back then, it was, you know, a little more mentorship. So every person who meet different people, you know, it'll give you a chance to become a better dog man and have them dog man qualities in you because, you know, you came up with dog men. You know, now you coming up with YouTubers and Facebookers and stuff from social media. You know what I'm saying? And you getting the info from that instead of hands-on. You know? And you can't get hands-on now because it's a different type of ball game when it comes to the legal system. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's just different, man. That's another problem for the dog man coming into the game today. I'm glad I thought about that. Coming in the dog game today, thinking it's the dog game from yesterday. Like Fat Joe tell you, yesterday's price ain't today's price. Yesterday's laws ain't today's laws. Yesterday's penalties ain't today's penalties. You know what I'm saying? So you can take that from what you want to take. You know, that's why I always say, I don't put, what do you call them? Them little things at the beginning of the video. The warnings and all that stuff. I forgot what you call it. You know what I'm trying to say, man. You know what I'm trying to say. The little things to tell you I don't condone none of this type of stuff, none of that. I don't even put that, man, because I tell you that through my whole video. You know what I'm saying? I tell you that, man. Listen, the laws back then were way different than the laws is right now today. You act like you don't know that, then it is what it is. You know, that's you. You know, go out there and bust a move like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't blame it on the liquor. You know what I'm saying? Don't blame it on the liquor. Don't blame it on the TV show you been watching. You ain't blaming it on Robert De Niro. Have common sense when it comes to these dogs these days. You know, at the end of the day, like I always say, man, all we can do is try to take care of them. As far as the laws wise, I always tell my brothers and sisters, the only way you can really make a difference at the moment is like going to the city council meetings and stuff like that. You know, and when they making these laws and voicing your opinion and seeing who you got voted in the city councilman, that's why different people be funny about who they let and become in this city because they come from another place. You know, you might be staying in Chicago and your new mayor might be coming from, or city man might be coming from South Carolina somewhere. Now he coming with a South Carolina mind frame that y'all ain't used to, and he bringing his type of laws to y'all city. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. That's why folk need to pay attention to who he voting in. You know what I'm saying? Go to the meetings, express your opinion at the meetings. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing wrong with expressing your opinion at the meetings. You know, and tell why this chain is this, or this cage is this, and this cage is that. And it's gonna take more than just one person. You gotta do it everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gotta do it. You know, yeah, like folk can't say, you know, that brings any type of unnecessary attention to you, or this or that, or this or that. Listen, man, if you're complaining about them pit bulls, you're complaining about them dogs, you gotta do like everybody else do to complain about any other laws. You gotta go to where the laws get started at, the lawmakers. You know what I'm saying? That's where you gotta go at, you know, to the lawmakers, and start at them council meetings and stuff like that, you know, and work your way up to whatever it takes, you know, to work your way up. Don't wait till you get in the courtroom and try to do it, you know. Do it before you get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Make a difference before you get in trouble. Then you can make a difference. You can't make a difference after you get in trouble. You're just trying to fight your way out of trouble now. You know what I'm saying? You got to do that before you get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? That's why I do it and go hard with it every day to let y'all know, man. Do the right things with these dogs, man. Do the right things with them. You have better benefits with them. You know what I'm saying? There's more fun with them. There's more money with them. You know what I'm saying? There's profit with them than when you're doing the right things with them. When you're doing the wrong things with them, it ain't no profit. It's profit. You know what I'm saying? But believe me, it's a paper trail. And right now, you don't want to be part of that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be part of it. And another thing, to my bulldoggers, you know, everybody got their own preference of what kind of dog breeder they like to deal with. Me, myself, personally, I like to get my dog from a dog man who focuses on one strain of dogs. Not necessarily one line, but he got a plan in mind. You know what I'm saying? You got all kind of dog breeders out here these days. Like, for instance, they don't just focus on one line. That have whatever line you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of dog men out here like that. They know it's about money these days, so they're gonna have whatever line you're looking for. If you want an Eli, they got Eli. If you want Jeep, they got Jeep. If you want Red Boy, they got Red Boy. If you want this, they got this. You know what I'm saying? And they might have some of the best dogs, you know. But for the most part, me myself personally, I like, you know, to deal with a person who's, you know, like, you know, focus on, got a game plan in mind, you know, whatever lines they running, whether it's 3 lines, 4 lines, 2 lines, 1 line, but they got a game plan to the lines that they got, you know, excuse me, and I can get a dog off of that, you know, off of you know, their game plan. Because when you're dealing with a person who got, or trying to sell every strain of dogs, they really don't know what them strain of dogs can do. You know what I'm saying? Ask yourself this, okay? If it's all about getting the best dog, you know, the best dog off this line, this line, or that line. It's all about getting the best dog. Now, if you selling so many different lines of dogs, and, you know, and they ain't coming off, you know, champions, is like, even if they coming off champions, why you aren't focusing on the champions? Breeding the champions back to the daughters, breeding the champions back to the sons, or whatever, back to the grandsons, or doing it certain ways, you know. But everybody got their own style of breeding, you know, because everybody don't inbreed, everybody don't line breed. Some people outcross every single time, you know, and make phenomenal dogs. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, even if you outcross, you know what I'm saying, you still gonna have your line of dogs on your yard. You know what I'm saying? No matter if you outcross them or not, you know, they still gonna be your stuff. But when, you know, you start to focus on just making the money, just getting somebody what they want, or they want a Jeep dog, I'm gonna get them a Jeep dog. When you start dealing with them kind of breeders is when you start getting, you don't know, question marks. You know what I'm saying? Question marks in the dog that you get. You don't know, you know, how it's gonna turn out. You know, it's already to the point where you don't really know how it's gonna turn out, but at the end of the day, you kind of have a ballpark figure. You know what I'm saying? If you bred right and you know, been breeding right year after year after year. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you get the alerts. In case y'all fellas or sisters ain't getting alerts when the video is dropping. All right. You might hear a little bit of noise in the background. That's this anime back there getting a munch on that chicken. She on a raw chicken diet right now. She spoiled, man. I feed her raw chicken. I feed her raw every time she get pregnant. She eat dog food up until the time I breed her, and then she get on that raw food, and then she eat dog food at the same time. That's one thing about her. She'll eat both of them. I don't feed her till mixed up. She eat one later and one in the afternoon. You know, I don't do it like that. Most time I just keep dog food out for her to eat 24/7 when she's pregnant. But she waiting on that raw food to come. You know what I'm saying? And then when she want a snack or something, she go eat the dog food or whatever. But that's her in the background that you hear making that noise. Now, when it comes to keeps and stuff like that, and conditioning programs, me myself, I never really been big on Arnold Schwarzenegger's type dogs, muscles. I'm good with strength. I'm more big on strength than muscles. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta. That's a whole nother ball field. You gotta know how to handle the muscles. You know what I'm saying? That air don't circulate through the muscles the same way it circulate through a skinny dog. You know what I'm saying? A dog with muscles will get tired a whole lot faster than a slinky dog. You know, just naturally, period. So me myself, I like track star type dog. You know, a track star athlete. You know, built like a track star. Cause you know, just common sense. A Arnold Schwarzenegger type dude won't last in the boxing ring. You know, you gotta be slim, you gotta be fit, you gotta be able to last. You know, no matter what the competition is you're going into, you still gotta be able to last. All the competitions, even the confirmation shows. You know, if you got a dog that ain't in shape, he go out there to them confirmation shows, you know what I'm saying? He gonna get tired by the time you bring him. You ain't gonna be able to have him in one little event. He get tired by the time you bring him and take him and bring him and take him and bring him. Man, you gotta have a dog in shape regardless when you competing in any event. You know what I'm saying? And before I forget, I want to send a big shout out to Samurai Kennel, showing up and showing out at the dog show in Texas this past weekend. Shouts out to you, my brother. Salute to you. You know what I'm saying? See you out there doing big things. Them dogs look good out there. And shout out to all the brothers and sisters that participated in that dog show this past weekend. You know, I see a whole bunch of pictures and some nice looking dogs that competed in them events. Just make me know when I go, I gotta, you know, be at the top of my game because everybody out there at the top of their game, you know. So shout out to all y'all brothers and sisters that competed in that event this weekend. Now, on that note, you know, got a question for Brother Boom. One of y'all gonna get this question to him if y'all, you know, talk to him. I thought I had a number, but I don't got it. All right, my question to Brother Boom, cause I see you was doing the show. My question is, with the ADPR or APDR, whichever one it is, I'm not sure. Do you have to get in them shows? Do you have to be registered with that? You know, with that company? Is that a registered company? Do you have to be registered with them? You know, that's the question I have. Hit me up in my inbox or in the comments. You know, just let me know what's what as far as the show wise and competing wise. What's the requirements? One of the main things is, you know, no matter what you're doing is, never underestimate yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because, see, for instance, some of my young brothers, young dog men, say if we was back in, you know, in them days, all right, going against just by me talking on my videos and stuff, just by me talking, giving you certain little info that I know, like, some of you may underestimate yourselves and feel like, oh, I don't want to go on Pelican Bay right now. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go on this person over here. I gotta go on that person over there. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go with that person over there. I'll get Pelican Bay when I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? I'll get them when I'm ready. No, that can't be the attitude or no competition. You know what I'm saying? You never underestimate yourself. You never underestimate your competition either. You know what I'm saying? As long as you don't never underestimate your competition, you won't be underestimating yourself. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, don't hold back. You know what I'm saying? If a person give you an opportunity, and these shows, we all got opportunities. You know what I'm saying? You could be in a show for your very first time, be going against somebody who got a grand champion competing just like you competing. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, you just gotta go, man. You just gotta go. You can't, you know, no matter what it is, it can be weight pulling. You know, this person, that dog, done beat everybody dog in weight pulling. You know, everybody dog coming up, he out pulling them. But, you know, you the rookie out there. You know, this person here, he done got stripes. People know his name, know his kennel, know the dog. You even know the dog. You know what I'm saying? But you can't be scared, man. You got to step out there. You know? Every day it's a new king on the block. You know what I'm saying? Back in them days. You know what I'm saying? And now that you got to switch it to another kind of competition, you know, another league, you know, every day it's a new king that come. You know what I'm saying? And tomorrow it might be you. Or the next day it might be the next brother or the next sister. You know what I'm saying? You just can't underestimate yourself no matter what it is. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is. This man on top today get knocked off just like that. You know what I'm saying? He still got a great dog. You know what I'm saying? His dog's still top notch and still a champion, but today you the champion. You know what I'm saying? Can't underestimate yourself, man. And from what I see, looking at them pictures of them brothers in them dog shows, you know what I'm saying? Them boys coming with their dogs right. They coming with them right. So the thing is to make sure you come with your dog 150%. You know what I'm saying? Looking top echelon, top of the line. You know what I'm saying? Don't come bullshit, you know? For the most part, you gotta have your dog right. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have your dog right. And you gotta have your dog right no matter what you're competing in. Healthy is the main part. If a dog healthy, then he can give you his all when you exercise him. I mean, he gonna look healthy. Whenever you get him in shape, he gonna look healthy. A healthy dog in shape don't look like a skinny dog, you know, unhealthy. An unhealthy skinny dog, you know. It's two different looks. You know, two different looks. You can look at that dog there and see he healthy. And he look fit. He look like he in shape. You know what I'm saying? You can look at that dog there and see that they ain't feeding him right. You know what I'm saying? They ain't feeding him right. And if you really want to be real about it, you know, you can't, sometimes it's kind of hard to compare so many different bloodlines because of the fact of dodging, draft dodging, bullet dodging, you know what I'm saying, dog dodging. Throughout the years, a lot of bloodlines that have not even met each other the right way, you know, to see which line is really the best. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on who had that dog when those lines met each other. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving examples. Like, you know, the Eli dog might be superior over the yellow dog. It just depends on who had them dogs when they met each other. You know what I'm saying? Certain dogs, like I said, certain dogs never met each other probably to this day. Certain crosses. You know? But I'm quite sure everything, you know, everybody got dogs that from different bloodlines across his world or whatever, and across his country. So pretty much everything that probably ran across each other one way or another, you know, one way or another. But yeah, man, we just getting to that dog talk tonight, man. You know, I ain't gonna never keep y'all here too long. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna never keep y'all here too long. It's your boy PBK9's give you that dog news the way I always do. Fair and unbiased. Some gonna like it, some ain't. You know what I'm saying? Some gonna like it, some ain't. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Appreciate y'all for hitting the last video and the video before that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep bulldogging. Y'all stay legal out there. Y'all stay safe. Like I say, PBK9s, and I'm out.
To hear folks chatter, and I know you cheat.
What that shit up, tough man?
Right